So the Golden Bachelor. Now this was the Women Tell Alls episode, and Gary, the women were all invited back, and the way they left it off the last episode, he had already chosen Leslie. We didn't know who he was going to choose between Theresa and Faith.
Right.
And he found out on this episode who he chose. Now, who did he choose, Ma?
He chose Theresa, the very one he refused to say he loved. Mind you, he professed his love for Leslie and Faith. Oh, he couldn't keep his hands off Faith when he saw he was kissing her, even sitting on a horse, and everything. He was still leaning over, kissing. Oh, he was lovesy-dovesy. Theresa, he didn't, at least they didn't show us where he was that affectionate with her.
Right.
He didn't seem to have the same kind of sexual chemistry toward Theresa as he had toward Faith and Leslie. Both of them. He was real kissy, touchy, feely with those two ladies, not nearly as much with Theresa.
Right.
And when he was interviewed, I should say interrogated by by Theresa's family, he was very non-committal. He said, I really can't say I'm in love right now, we'll see, stumbling and stuttering and, blah, 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 blah. He refused to commit to the word love. He did not use it. He did not say he was in love with Theresa. No. And the family was like, well, okay, okay, well, whatever it is what it is. They, understood. They weren't combative or anything, but they did ask him, and he did not say he loved her. Okay. No. But Faith and Leslie, he loved them both.
Right.
And I said, well, this man is really torn. He just loves those two. Okay. What is he going to do on Rose Day? Come on up, Leslie, get your rose. Boom. That was quick. He didn't have no problem with that. But now Faith and Theresa, you can see smoke coming out of his head. He can't figure that out.
Right.
Oh, he got to go and have an upset stomach and shed a few tears and, pray to the gods and whatever he was doing out there, come back a week later, or whatever it is.
Oh, God. I can't, Mom.
Now his choice between Faith and Theresa. Come on up, Theresa. Not the one he said he loved, but the one he just couldn't commit to saying he loved. Come on up and get your rose.
Ma, I can't.
Fast forward to the tell-all episode, and he's confronted with Faith for the first time after that final rose ceremony.
Oh, God.
Well, oh. And Faith, and she's crying just like a big fool. She's just crying. Oh,
right.
Oh. Now, Faith, who has a job, a family, rides horses, got her own way of life, has her own interests, her own everything, independent woman, plenty of people to love her, everything, okay? Oh, Gerry,
Oh, my gosh, Mom. When she was doing all that crying, it just went all through me because I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, maybe I'm not being very sensitive, but why are you?
No, you are being totally honest.
And what did he say that he said?
I would have thrown some cold. I would have thrown some damn cold water in her face because she was in shock and she needed a good smack in the face or some damn ice water thrown on her face to get her out of that stupor. And he goes and he's holding her and he's crying. Ooh, well, I loved you. In that moment.
Right.
In that moment.
You know what that seems
like? I loved you.
You know, that seems like good. That, when you are really young and you're first starting to date somebody and the guy like tells you, oh, I love you because they want to have sex with you. And you've known them for maybe a week or two, if that, they don't love you. But you're so, googly-eyed and you're so, impressionable.
And you're bugged, right?
Right. And for this this 72-year-old man to say that to Faith, and Faith was boo-hooing like she had reverted to childhood. I was just like, Faith, you are a beautiful woman. You know, you have a lot of other stuff going for you. You're a career woman. You got all this, a family. You're sweet. You're nice. What? You can get yourself a younger man, a more considerate man, whatever.
Everything. But you know what? And you know what? And that's right. I co-sign on that. And let me tell you what else. This is a thing that really got me. Hey, Gary, you are an experienced man, very experienced. What you say to a woman should have a lot more gravity than what a silly ass, a young person would say.
Right.
You know, what you say, look, you had enough foresight to not say you love Theresa. You didn't say you loved everybody. You said you loved 2 out of 3, which was 1 too many. But anyway, well, it was really 2 too many, because to me, you didn't not loving any of them. It's just BS. But anyway, okay. Something had you put the brakes on when you got to Theresa. Okay? You said you loved everybody else. But you wasn't quite there with Theresa. So you gave it some sort of thought.
Right.
You weren't just running around lying to everybody.
Right.
You might have lied to at least 1 or 2 people. You definitely lied to 1, maybe 2.
Right.
But you didn't lie to everybody. You gave it some thought somewhere. Right. Because otherwise you would have told all 3 of them you loved them.
And
okay? Because that's what they all want to hear. You know, within the context of this series, that's what they was all trying to go for, right? So, but you didn't. You gave it some thought when it came to Theresa.
Right.
You thought about it. You know, your love meant enough that you wasn't giving it to Theresa yet. Okay?
Right.
But yet, at the time that you chose, all of a sudden, your shit was in the moment. Why wasn't it in the moment with Theresa? Why was it only in the moment with Faith?
Right.
I'm getting like you, daughter. He's just looking for somebody who will kiss his arse.
Right.
And who will go behind him and do whatever he wants them to do. He's looking for somebody subservient and submissive. And that's what happened. And Faith appeared to be the least submissive until she showed her silly ass at that last tell-all or whatever it was.
Right. Just like,
and she came across very lame with that.
I was just so like disappointed in her. I'm like, Faith, you know, what are you doing? What
the smartest one of them was the woman that we could tell was the woman who went to her home to see about her daughter. Joan, who went home to see about her daughter and grandbaby. You know, whatever was going on, it was just as good, worth it for her to go ahead on home.
I got 2. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Finish.
No, so that's it. That's it. You know, so whatever with Gary, you know, we'll see, you know, whatever.
Two things, you know, before we go to our next show. Who do you think he's going to pick? And were you just as grossed out as I was about the passing gas scenes?
Yes, I was. I didn't think it was cute. I didn't think it was funny. I would not want to be depicted as I'm the one who is a fart machine. When we know all human beings fart, why am I the butt of the joke? No pun intended. Okay, but no, I didn't like it, and I wouldn't have been that person. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't have been Susan, and I wouldn't have been Sandra.
Yeah.
No.
What? I mean, listen, guys, like maybe that's funny amongst your friends playing around, but that's not funny on like national TV.
No. And if I didn't get Gary, I mean, I maybe didn't even want Gary. I'm just, you know, glad to be on TV there. You know, I am getting exposure. You don't know what opportunities this could be. Maybe you think you'll get an opportunity as a, you know, comic relief. Maybe you think that's what'll happen. But if I was looking for a man, I wouldn't be talking about what a fart machine I am. Because whatever it is, it ain't sexy.
Okay. All right, Ma. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking that he'll pick Leslie.
Well, logically, listen, I've thrown logic out the window. Okay. Logically, it would be Leslie because Leslie was an easy choice for him. He didn't seem at all tortured when he chose Leslie. No. That seemed very easy, and then it's and then look, if you already know you chose Leslie, then what difference does it make who the second choice is? That's so true. So maybe for the second choice, you just pick the one who you thought was most pathetic or whatever, and you give the most TV time to. I don't know what was going with that, but he didn't give it much concern and consideration. If I already know who I'm picking number one, then number 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay. If I know I'm picking number one and I already know I can't lose because number one already told me that they love me. Right. Or they're gonna be there with me, whatever I'm trying to do. I feel very confident in number one that I'm not gonna be rejected. Okay. It's like me now choosing these women because I figure they all like me. Okay. So if I know I basically have nothing to lose and I already prefer number one, it doesn't matter that much about the other choices because I'm not going to be with them anyway. You got me? So, I mean, logically, it would be Leslie. Mm-hmm. But I guess he's playing both ends against the middle just on the slim chance that Leslie reneges. Theresa ain't going to renege. Faith might have. Faith might have reneged. Based on what we had seen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Faith might have, but chances of Theresa reneging are almost zero.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, hey, I say he's going to go with Leslie because it appears that way. But the way they've been doing it, whatever. Maybe it's just in the moment. All right. Moving on, daughter.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour